Harrison Ingram, North Carolina, former McDonald's All-Americans, fourth transfer that has committed to North Carolina.
Yeah.
They got RJ Davis back. They got Armando Bacot back. And I am on the record. I've said it over and over again. I really like in theory what Hubert Davis is doing. I don't know if it's actually going to work out, but he's put a bunch of perimeter players and versatile players and shooters around a guy that he thinks is going to be a stud point guard and a guy that we know is a stud five, man. What do you make of Harrison Ingram's commitment?
You know what I want to see Hubert do? You know who I think he needs to bring down there for like a week? Bully Clyde Gillespie. I think he needs to bring Bully Clyde down there to just light into these.
That is not where I saw that going. That is not where I saw that going.
Listen, I was just thinking of a way to balance things. Hubert is Mr. Positivity, like Harry Positivity. If there's a guy that is always smiling, it is Hubert. And I was just trying to think, like, could we balance it out a little? Hubert's not going to change. He's not. But could we get Bully Clyde down there? That would balance things out because Bully Clyde will absolutely MF everybody through the whole program. Anyway, all right, to get back to your question. I like their additions too, because I like the fact that they're good pieces and they know they're pieces. That's the biggest thing is like, hopefully Harrison Ingram knows he's a piece. I would think he knows because, again, Armando Bacot's the dude and RJ Davis needs to be the number 2 guy and the clear-cut number 2 guy. And that was part of the problem. They weren't because of Caleb Love. They weren't because of Caleb Love. And then they brought in Pete Nance, who frankly just didn't fit. Just didn't fit on both ends of the court. I know he had shot 43% from 3 2 years ago at Northwestern, but he's not the shooter, obviously, that Big Boy was from Oklahoma, Manick.
Yeah, Brady Manick.
And he's not the tough defender either that Manick actually became, which I can't believe I'm saying, but he did. So I think, again, Ingram, not the toughest dude in the world, but good as your number 3 guy. Cormac Ryan, great as your number 4 guy. Paxton Wojcik, good coming off the bench. You know, Seth Trimble's got to play more. The kid Jalen Washington's got to play more this year. Hubert he told me last year in the offseason, I got to use my bench more. He didn't do it. He'll say it again in the offseason this year, I'm sure, to everybody, but he's got to actually do it this year.
Yeah, I think they go right now. They go about 8 deep, and it's not even including the freshmen that they got coming in.
Well, Jalen Withers,
Paxton Wojcik, Cormac Ryan. Like, you've got guys that can do stuff on the perimeter. Seth Trimble is still there, and I still love Seth Trimble. Jalen Washington is still there, and I still really like Jaden Washington. You got a couple
through this already.
Yeah, you got a couple of the freshmen. Like, I like what they've put together, right? And I just think that, and again, like the thing about Harrison Ingram, he's a guy that can create off the bounce too, right? Like, he's a guy that can pass it a little bit. He's not just someone that's going to stand out there and make threes. Like, you're adding versatile pieces. I like what they put together. Now, I think you have to leave it in context, right? Like, this is probably a top 20-ish kind of a team, as opposed to like being a team that is going to be in the conversation for preseason number 1. But I think they can get a top 4 seed in the tournament. And if you get a top 4 seed in the tournament and you make it to the Sweet 16 with this group, like, I would say that's a very successful season for what North Carolina is right now and what they're trying to get to moving forward, right? Like, you're not just going to completely reinvent who you are. Is that like
the only thing I would say is, like, does Ingram fit as well? Because he's not really a shooter. Now, Cormac Ryan is, and RJ's got to be a better shooter this year, because if Cormac Ryan doesn't make shots, where are you getting him from? Rob?
Wojcik.
But is he going to play a lot? Like, are you going to be able to play Paxton Wojcik a lot? Like, he's not going to start, I wouldn't think.
You play him like 15 or 20 minutes off the bench.
Fine.
Next to RJ.
But are you going to play him with Cormac Ryan? Like, I would think Ingram, Bacot, RJ are going to be on the court a ton. Those 3 guys are going to be in the court 30-plus minutes. Those are the 3 you know. None of which are great shooters. Like, RJ was not – what did he shoot last year from 3?
36 in a lot of attempts. And the year before
he shot 36 from 3?
Yeah, back-to-back years he shot 36 from 3 on 5 attempts a game. Like, he can shoot it.
I thought he and Caleb were – I mean, Caleb was terrible.
Caleb shot 29%. Maybe do your homework, Goodman.
Yeah, there was a stretch then. It had to be a stretch when they were like under 30, the two of them combined. But if RJ can make them, Cormac can make them, Harrison can get to like 33%, then they've addressed their shooting needs. That's shooting and chemistry were their two biggest issues last year. And again, I think their chemistry will be much better.
I think they've addressed both of those issues in the
offseason. I mean, better, definitely better, because Cormac can make shots.
Let me tell you guys about our sponsor for today's episode, Athletic Greens. I started taking AG1 a few weeks back. When we get in the middle of college hoop season, it can be hard for me to eat and drink as healthy as I probably should be, especially in late February and March when the schedule gets really busy. But I found that I've felt better as I've made AG1 a part of my daily routine. I take AG1 in the afternoons after the coffee is worn off and once the itis post-lunch is kind of set in. And what I found, my energy levels are up. It's improved my digestion. And as a result, I'm not only more efficient and productive in the most important time of the year for me and for the field of 68, but I'm working out more consistently. I just feel better. AG1 is so much more than just a greens powder. It's comprehensive health and the power of habit in one. Covering my nutritional basis for the day literally could not be easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix one small scoop of the AG1 formula with water, and I drink it every single afternoon. Done, just like that. I also like that it only costs $3 a day. The price is right. If a comprehensive solution is what you need for your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is the answer. They are giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Free! Just go to athleticgreens.com/field68. That's athleticgreens.com/field68. The link is in the description below. Check it out. Support the field of 68 and feel better about yourself.